Hey fellow photographer, how's it going? I'm Michael Zelbel. Today I would like to give you some tips for posing your subject for maternity photography. Last time I already showed you my bread and butter lighting setup for this kind of photos, and today it's about how to position your model in front of this gray backdrop that I usually like to use. The main thing, which I already discussed in another video already, is that I would usually advise you to turn her baby belly away from the main light source. Now in this lighting setup, the main light is coming from over here, from the right side, and it's shining down to her belly. But I turn away the belly because I want to have a big shadow area over here. If I would turn it completely into the light and everything would be bright, then it would be like this part. Everything would be flat. I wouldn't see that the belly is big and round. Now the only way I can see that is because it's throwing a lot of shadow over here, and for that I need to turn it away from the main light source and probably towards a kicker light over here. So if we have got a bright outline, that is fine as well. However, this bright kicker line, that is optional, but what's mandatory is a lot of shadow to see that the baby belly is really big. At the same time, I would usually turn her face a little bit towards the light source, because if she would look into the same direction like her baby belly, then her whole face would be in shadow, and that's never looking pretty. So let her turn the face, probably halfway back to the main light source, or even completely back to the main light source, but let it have some light. Let her face shine when it's on the photograph. There is an exception to the rule. The exception is when we make this cliche photos where she is making a heart out of her fingers and she's making the heart over her belly button, then of course we turn the belly into completely into light. If the heart would be in the shadow area of her belly, that wouldn't look good. So this is the exception that I make when I would turn the baby belly completely into light, but that's pretty much the only exception. Another important aspect is how do we position her legs. If she is standing with her legs open, then it doesn't look too, it doesn't look too female and too graceful. Now what we usually want to have when we are shooting beauty photos, for instance, is that the legs are together, that the model is forming an S-curve. However, now tell a pregnant woman to make an S-curve, to kick out her hips and to turn the shoulders into the other direction. I mean, she really can't do with all that extra weight in her belly. So what we do instead is we ask her to hold one of her knees over her other knees. Now just put together her knees so that one knee is covering the other knee, and that is enough. What then happens is from her waist on down to her knees, she is making a V shape. It's getting smaller the lower we get, and this V shape is very female. So this shape matches this female topic of maternity, and it's not too hard to make. It's still doable also for the pregnant woman. Even with her big belly, which on this photo she's holding with two hands. This is another pose which is classic for this type of photography. Try it out both sides. Let one hand be below her belly and above her belly, and exchange the hands, see what's looking better. What I sometimes, or a lot of times, do is telling her to put together all her fingers, to not have them spread across her belly. The natural thing when we grab something that big is we spread out our fingers to grab the big thing. But actually, when she's putting together her fingers, point A, it's looking more female. Point B, it's making the baby belly bigger. Now, if the fingers are really spread across the baby belly, then it's actually getting smaller. And we don't want that. We want to show quite a big belly. One little tip, something that you can do, why not bring in some fashion effects? Like in this case, we're just blowing up her hair a little bit with a reflector, which is waving a little bit of wind towards her. I mean, that's not typical maternity photography. However, it's nice, it's beautiful. And of course, a mother who is proud of herself and proud of her belly, proud of her body, she will love it. So this is something you can always do. Another tip that I want to give you, make a test shot if possible, even before she's highly pregnant, because this way you already know how to photograph her and you get to know each other. But okay, enough tips for today. I hope you can really use them in your photo shoots one day, and I hope you come back next week, and until then I wish you good light.
Bye.